Hello, this is Cassandra here for onboarding. So let's take a look. You have already logged into my LinkedIn account. And what you'll notice is I am receiving multiple messages per day, preferably like maybe 100 or 200. And so the messages will be here. And here's the first message. When these messages go out, you don't do anything. And so we're all good. But when they ask you a question, or when they respond to any of these messages that go out, the automations stop. And so, for example, Richard Nash, he was one of the people who said, of course, let's connect. So now Richard Nash is somebody I have to put in the database. Now this is really important. Since he said, of course, that means he responded and the automation stopped. Actually see both tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and log into Active Campaign. So now I'm adding Richard Nash as a contact. So here we go. I go to my contacts, and up here at the top it says add a contact. I add, right, and I'm going ahead and type in his name. So Richard Nash, I'm looking for him. I have to click on his account. Typically, when I click on his account, I learn much more about him. So I would go to I would go to contact information. And usually it shows his email. So now I have his email and we're good to go. Phone number, I have to do a little more digging to find his phone number. Let's see, where would I find a phone number? So let's look at Richard Nash's information. So here's his school. There we go. Poway School. And I look here to kind of make sure this is a legit school, because typically if they're a principal at a school, they have their school listed. So I can open it, I can Google it, but it looks like it's going to take me to this, which I don't want this. I want to learn a little bit more about his school. So I'm going to go ahead and Google his school. Okay, and so now I found his school. There we go. Now this is the information I need. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. Typically it has their phone number information all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to click here. This is his phone number. I'm going to copy and paste that. And then account. Because he's probably not in my system, I'm going to add the account. The account is typically the name of the school, which is right here, space, dash, space, and then the address right here. There we go. Now it's all set. I'm going to add that. Now, job title, I would have to go back to the LinkedIn. Typically, they are principals. But if you take a look, he says, oh, he's a principal. So I'm going to go ahead and type in principal. There we go. And add. Now I have them all added. He's good to go. But anybody I add, I have to make sure I go in and do two things. One, add them to, I want to create a task, because one, I need to follow up with all my clients. So typically the follow-up is 3 days for another LinkedIn message, and then I'll be reaching out to him, and I reach out to him 3 times. And as far as a deal, I put them in the first deal, because those are the people I'm kind of communicating with back and forth. So let's go here, and we're going to add a deal. Now, a lot of the value is already in here. Here's what I'm going to do is when I create a deal, I have to add 2 things. I'm going to add his school, which we said was here, Poway High School, then space, dash, space, and then his first name, Richard Nash. That is a good indicator. It's a quick way that I can find out who we're talking about and what school. So RICHARDNASH. Perfect. Now the deal value. I usually put the deal value as $68,800. That is typically how much it costs for a starter kit for a school. So I'm going to put that. I keep everything else US dollars. He's in the hot lead stage. I own the deal. Sometimes you can own the deal. It really doesn't matter, but I put my name just so I do, and I push apply. So now I've done that. So I'm going to go ahead and search up who I'm referring to, Richard Nash. Okay, so now I have Richard Nash. So now all of his information is here. Let's see. I want to go ahead and put in more information for Richard Nash. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this stuff out. Here, I'm going to go down here to his account. So here's the school address. This is all right here. Copy, paste, boom. Then I know he's Mr. Save. I know his title is principal. Perfect. Save. His city, typically his city is right here. Here's the city. The grade level is high school. Only because I was able to see he's a principal of a high school. And typically you can come up here and kind of see, what type of school? Oh, yep, it's a high school. It says it usually at the top of their school. And then the state, it looks like he's in California, so it's usually CA. I'm going to put that here. CA. Save it. His zip code is right here. Copy that. Then I go down. Typically I can put his website, or I can put either this website, which is how I can find him if I need to find more information, the website of his LinkedIn. And then I put his email, so I'm going back up and finding his email again. Here, it's up here. I'm going to copy that, put it down here. I really want, the more information, the better it is to identify this person. So here we go, school title, principal, and then I'll put the phone number again. Here it is right here, phone number. There we go, save. And it looks like the only tag I may put is school principal. I'll put high school. That way, these are just tags where I can, know something about them. If they're middle school, put middle school. If they're elementary, or if you don't put anything, that's fine too. All right. So now that I have all of his information here, I did a deal. He's in the deal, right? I've added his deal. And now I have to add a task. Let me make sure it is full. Here's the deal. No task assigned. I go inside of his deal and for a task. Right here it says add a task. I don't know if you can see that. Let me shrink that just a little bit just so you can see how to add a task. Because every person in here needs a task. We always need to follow up with every person in here. So I'm going to add a task. And for the task, I'm going to usually put email. Like, for example, if I get them through email, I'll put email the person in 3 days. If I get them on LinkedIn, message them in LinkedIn 3 days. So I'm going to say message, send a message. There we go. Perfect. Send a message. Because I want to be able to respond. So here we go. The call, I'm not going to call. I'm going to do it from LinkedIn because he came from LinkedIn. If he came from email, then I will email him. If he came from, GMass, I would do it through GMass. It's assigned to me, and then the due date. So 3 days from now, let's see. I don't count weekends. 1, 2, 3. On the 30th about, I will email him. The time really doesn't matter. I'll email him maybe at, 3? Not in the morning. Let's see, 3, maybe 10 in the morning. I'm usually 11 in the morning, and that's fine. Add a task. So now, he has his name and the information from LinkedIn. He has a deal. If you look over here, he's in my deals, so he's very important to me. And then he has a task. So let me show you where all the tasks are. When I log in every day, I will get to see all of my tasks that I have. I think I'm going to start off by you logging into my account so you can see all of my tasks so you can follow up with them in LinkedIn or things like that. So here are all my tasks. And I can go every day to see who do I have to talk to, who do I have to reach out to. So a day from now, which is tomorrow, is this person. So with this person, I'm going in. So it's Calvin Rice is the guy I need to reach out to through LinkedIn. And once I've messaged him back, then I definitely, once I message him back, then I put, task complete. So that way I know I messaged him. Then I want to add a new task to Calvin, right? So after I do task complete, then I'm going to add a new task. Oops. I don't want to do that complete real quick. Okay. So once I add the task complete, I'm going to add a new task and put in here, message him 3 more days, right? So now let me go back. What do you message him? So Calvin, he would be messaged in, here's my messages, and I search for Calvin. And so here's Calvin Rice. So what I want to say is, after they say, sure, I want to connect, or of course I want to connect, I have 2 email responses. Let me send, I'm going to definitely send those to you, but I'm going to look it up and show you exactly where I'm getting it from. Let me see, here we go. It's in contacts. Let me make sure it is here. And then in my notes. So I will send this to you personally because I really want you to have this. So here is what we're saying. So if somebody says they want to connect like Calvin did, he was like, oh, sure. It stops the automation. And what we're going to do, if they say, sure, let's talk more, then I send them this. Hi, thank you for your response. Come meet with me. Come, get on my calendar so we can meet. Right? Or if they say no, like a couple of them did say no, I'm going to say, I'll send them this. Thanks. I know you're busy. Let me know if you have time. Then eventually we can meet. Right? So these are the yes and no answers to my the campaign that they're on. So if Calvin, right, he's in my deal, I respond to him tomorrow, and if he says, if he hasn't booked a time and date with me, I'll remind him. I'll say something like, hey Calvin, I can't wait to meet. Let me know when is the best time to meet. And I'll put the Calendly link again, right? So right now, if they say yes, you send the yes calendar link. And if they say no, you send the no calendar link. And the goal is for you to get them on your on my calendar. And so the rule of thumb is we'll reach out 3 times after 3 days. And if he does not respond, then we'll kind of leave it alone. And we say we lost that deal. So I'm going to go in and show you Calvin. Let's see, where's Calvin? Here. I'm going to show you Calvin, and then here's the deal. So the deal's so right, and Calvin, where's Calvin? Did I see? Here's Calvin. Okay, so here's Calvin's account, and if Calvin, we emailed him 3 times after 3 days each time, I just say I lost the deal, and it just stays, and that's kind of it. When I lose the deal, it just goes into a different category, and then he is no longer in the main deal category. But here are the people that are already on the list of deals, and everybody has a task. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, text me. But as for now, you're going to get 2 things. You're going to get access to my LinkedIn account, and you're going to get the yes, no response.